Now the really thick smoke starts to move in here for this afternoon and evening, and you can see it advancing to the south throughout the afternoon and evening hours, and now knocking on the doorstep of Rochester. That rotation going from Forest City now into northwestern Sarasota County, and that would be the area right there concerned with the potential for tornadoes. The inner eye wall is eventually absorbed by the outer eye wall, and then the storm can contract a bit, and then it actually strengthens from there. As far as the strength of the storm, pretty powerful right now, Category 4 hurricane. You'll have these ice crystals falling through the atmosphere, and it helps to reflect the light vertically up in the atmosphere there, and there is that sun pillar. It's interesting to see more thunderstorms starting to merge with this line. We'll see how this either enhances or disrupts the circulation of the storm. I think this is causing some tremendous winds right now across Goodhue County as it is pushing towards the east. But you can see, I'll step off real quick, how impressive this shelf cloud is moving. Dew points that measure moisture in the atmosphere hanging out in the mid-60s, so not too terribly humid outside, but just not equating to much rain so far here in Rochester. Hurricane force winds are already being felt in North Carolina. It could be until tomorrow morning or midday until the storm actually makes landfall. It's very dangerous. Folks in Wanamingo, Roscoe, Zumbrota, these areas need to be taking cover immediately right now. Heading indoors, safe place in your house. When you have strong updrafts, sometimes you can also get the rotation of that updraft going up and also the rotation of the thunderstorm, and that's what eventually not only leads to large hail, but also the threat for tornadoes. Welcome back. Well, it was cold to start off the new year. Cavitogama, way up north. That's up in Voyageurs National Park. Remember a couple days ago, January 1st, 36 degrees below zero. Yesterday and today, 40 degrees above zero. That's over a 75-degree difference between January 1st and yesterday and today. Could you imagine that happening in the summertime? If you had a high of 75 degrees, but that morning you had a low of zero. That is a huge temperature swing, and it just goes to show you everywhere across the state of Minnesota feeling more like spring. Today we hit 40 degrees here in Rochester, not a record. We were 3 degrees short. That was back in 2007 when we had 43 degrees. We hit just 40 today. Mason City, though, congratulations, you did get a record today. Your high was 47 degrees, breaking the previous record of 45 degrees back in 2007. And even as of the 10 o'clock hour, we're still pretty warm considering we're in early January. Temperatures sitting in the mid-30s, above zero, I should mention, and really not much of anything going on as we progress into this weekend. But there are some features we will have to keep an eye on as we progress into this weekend. Not much going on out there for tonight. Maybe some areas of patchy fog, especially along the Mississippi. For Saturday, a cold front passes through the region. Not much moisture with this cold front, but you will notice a shift in winds from the southwest to the northwest by the afternoon. Now, this cold front will eventually usher in some colder air heading into Sunday, but we're not talking about much colder conditions. Temperatures still in the mid-30s. That's still 10 degrees above average. And now here comes our next storm system on Sunday. Expect increasing clouds for the region and the chance for rain. Yes, rain once again heading into perhaps Sunday evening into Sunday night, maybe briefly mixing with a little bit of snow, but it looks like all rain as we progress into Monday. And another storm in which we're measuring our rainfall in, well, maybe not inches this time around, but at least healthy amounts here for January, a quarter to a half-inch of rain by Monday afternoon. So get ready for that later this weekend. In the meantime, enjoy your weekend. Temperatures tonight falling back into the lower 30s, perhaps some patchy fog late tonight in those river valleys east of Highway 52. Temperatures tomorrow, lower 40s, still warm. Still sunny, still a nice day. Get out and enjoy it if you can. Extended forecast. Temperatures falling back now for the next 7 days compared to where we were at today and tomorrow, but still way above average for this time of the year. Could see some light snow showers on Tuesday, but I think our next best chance for accumulating snowfall not until next Friday.
Tomorrow, going to be savoring that day.
Enjoy it.
Enjoy every second.
Thank you.
Matt, all eyes are on this weather system coming into this weekend.
Yeah, and it could create a mess not only for travel, but of course, if you're heading out to the KTTC toy drive tomorrow, of course, we're keeping a very close eye on that. A lot of folks have been stopping by the station early, which you can do. You can also do that for next week as well, just in case you can't make it for tomorrow. But for this evening, we're contending with kind of some foggy conditions, some dreary conditions out there for this evening, but not much in the way of rain or snow or sleet or anything just yet. That's a look from our Lewis Auto Sky Cam towards downtown. Current temperatures sitting in the upper 20s to lower 30s, and this is key heading into tomorrow morning. Lows tonight only expected to fall into the upper 20s, and with a little bit of precipitation precipitation expected later on tonight in the form of perhaps liquid precipitation. Could see some patchy areas of freezing drizzle or freezing rain, especially heading into tomorrow morning. And again, not much going on here across the region, mostly cloudy skies. Our next storm system starting to take shape now across Nebraska and Kansas as an area of low pressure now moving into eastern Kansas, heads towards the northeast for tonight, and actually heading towards the northeast into southern Iowa by tomorrow morning, and then eventually into eastern Iowa, probably just south of Dubuque around the Davenport area heading into tomorrow late afternoon into the evening. That's a favorable quadrant to put snow and precipitation across northern Iowa and into southern Minnesota. So here's how things could play out. Futurecast carrying us through tonight. Most of tonight looking dry until tomorrow morning. Note, though, precipitation starting to pick up across central Iowa by midnight. That band starts to spread towards the north into southern Minnesota by daybreak tomorrow. So could see some areas of patchy freezing drizzle or rain, maybe even a little sleet by tomorrow morning. Not anticipating a big impact to travel at that time. But as we progress into the midday, moisture streams northward, and as it does, encountering colder air. And I think by the midday, starting to see some either rain or snow showers here across southeast Minnesota. But notice all the green. There's going to be a lot of rain with this system, especially southeast of Mason City, southeast of Decorah, and that could lead to some issues because the ground is frozen down that direction, and any rain will run right off into area rivers. But note all the snow falling here across our area heading into tomorrow afternoon, continuing into the early parts of Sunday morning, then finally by Sunday midday, the system heading off towards the east. What are we looking at for snowfall totals? First look at the computer models, and again, this is what we like to see as meteorologists, is the consistency between the models. The only one that's kind of on the high side right now, North American model, showing upwards of 8 inches of snow here in Rochester. Think that's a little bit high. Going in between some of these other models, I think most of us looking at 3 to 6 inches of snow here across southeast Minnesota. That's why we have a winter weather advisory here for our region. There's a winter storm warning, though, just to the west, Mason City, Northwood, and westward. That's where there could be slightly higher snowfall amounts, and that's how our map reflects it here for this evening. 3 to 6 inches of snow widespread here by Sunday. And this isn't just tomorrow afternoon. This will be through the midday Sunday. And if we see any more rainfall, especially southeast of Rochester, that could really cut into some rainfall, snowfall totals to our southeast. But if we see more snow, not as much rain, that could push those totals up just a bit here across the region. Here's how things could play out heading into tomorrow with the winter storm timeline. Starting off with a wintry mix tomorrow morning, changing over to heavy snow for tomorrow afternoon, then light snow through at least the midday on Sunday. Winds an issue, turning towards the northeast, especially through tomorrow afternoon and evening, gusting upwards of 35 miles per hour. Travel impact, especially midday tomorrow through Sunday morning, looking pretty high here for the region. Travel conditions generally improving then as you head into Sunday. So if you're traveling about this weekend, please take it easy on area roads. Temperatures tonight only falling into the upper 20s. Could see some light freezing drizzle or rain late tonight. Tomorrow, that wintry mix in the morning, giving way to snow by the afternoon. 1 to 3 inches of snow by the late afternoon, and an additional 2 to 3 inches then for tomorrow night. And then things wrap up by Sunday afternoon, then getting much colder heading into next week. So KTTC Toy Drive tomorrow will still be here. If you feel the roads aren't safe, of course, don't push your luck getting out on those roads. Just know that we will be taking those toys through next Thursday here at the station.
But for those folks who are going to come out and visit us tomorrow, is there a specific time you're thinking that might be better than others?
Tomorrow morning through the midday looking pretty good. Of course, it's 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. tomorrow. But by that late afternoon, at 3, 4 o'clock time period, really check ahead, because that's, I'm not telling people not to come out, but just please check road conditions at that point, because that's when things could really be getting a little bit more dicey across the region.
Okay, that's some good guidance. Thanks, Matt.